This is a brand new Nissan Z, and when it came out last year, people were stoked. I want one really, really, really bad. It is a new year, and that means new cars. There's over 60 new cars coming out this year. I can't possibly talk about all of them, so I'm gonna talk about some of them. The ones that I think are cool, and therefore, hopefully you guys think are cool. Welcome to Donut. Let's talk about some cars. Hey, we're inside now, and Nolan's here. We are gonna talk about the most exciting cars that are either brand new for 2023 or have received a major refresh in 2023. All right, first we're gonna start with a car very close to Nolan's heart, the 2024 Ford Mustang. Now this is the brand new 7th generation Mustang. It was announced in September of last year at an event called the Stampede. The 2.3 liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder makes 315 horsepower, which is sick. I really like it. Nolan doesn't, but looks aren't everything.
That's what I tell myself every morning.
I've seen a lot of people on the internet, and then you included, have been like iffy on the looks. I really like how it looks.
I think the problem, I've said this before, with modern design is that
Here we go.
they don't photograph well. You gotta see these cars in person. I mean, this is how it was with the Supra, with the Z, with the M2, the new one. When you see them in person, then you're like, oh, I hate you. I think that'll be the case with this Mustang. I still haven't seen it in person. I bet it looks great. I mean, it's a Mustang.
So, verdict. We're stoked?
Stoked. Hey, Jimmy, can I get your credit card?
Why?
So I can show them how many cards fit inside the Ridge wallet. The sponsor of today's video. The Ridge wallet is modern, durable. It can hold up to 12, yes, 12 credit cards. Hey, can I get some credit cards? I'm trying to show them how many credit cards can fit inside the Ridge wallet. Thank you. Even when filled to the brim with 12 cards, it's still got room for cash. Hey, give me your money.
Excuse me?
I'm trying to show them how the Ridge wallet also stores cash.
Oh, well in that case.
Check it out, 12 cards, all this cash, and it still maintains a sleek, pocket-friendly shape. And when it's time to head home, Ridge has you covered with the key case. It holds your house key, your work key, or a half dozen other keys perfectly in this easy-to-carry clip made of spring steel. No more jingly keys. With 50,000 5-star reviews and a lifetime guarantee, it's a no-brainer to check out ridge.com/donutmedia today. And if you use code DONUTMedia, you get 10% off plus free worldwide shipping and returns.
This next car also has a lot of people talking about it. The brand new 5th generation Toyota Prius. The Prius has been a historically boring car. People are actually hyped about this.
It looks good.
Everybody thinks it looks good. The plug-in hybrid gets 220 horsepower, has 57 miles per gallon. What is maybe a surprising thing for the Prius is it goes 0 to 60 in under 10 seconds for the first time in history.
They really killed it.
I love the shaved rear door handle.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really cool, and the interior looks really nice. Big old screens.
I'm stoked on this, James.
Am I gonna buy one? No.
Probably not.
Am I stoked on it?
Yes.
Nolan,
Yeah.
we just built 2 cars. What
Yeah.
kind were they?
Subaru IMPREZA WRXs?
Yeah, so it makes sense to include the newest 6th gen Impreza on this list, specifically the new RS model, which is a tribute to the legendary 2.5 RS performance model from the late 90s. Just like the original RS, this one will have a larger 2.5 liter Boxer engine, which in this case comes from the Crosstrek. It makes 30 more horsepower than the base Impreza.
Good.
For a total, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Of a whopping, mind-blowing, blistering 182 horsepower. It's only available in a hatchback. Can't get it with a manual, only a CVT. There's no WRX or STI.
I mean, that's fine because there's already the WRX car itself, which
Yeah.
will have an STI version. But this, we've talked before about car makers like kind of laundering their reputation by using names that have formerly been something sick onto cars that are not. This is another example of that.
You're 100% right. I mean, they could have released this car as like an Impreza anything else. 2.5 RS
You don't call
is
it
such
that.
a sick car,
Yeah.
and to release something that's the opposite of sick,
Yeah, you just don't call it that
I
way.
think this is whack.
Agreed.
The next few are from a completely new manufacturer to the US, VinFast. This is a Vietnamese car company that was founded just a few years ago, like your son. And they're debuting in the United States with 4 new cars, the VF6, the VF7, the VF8, and the VF9. All of the VinFast cars that are being released this year in the US are electric SUVs. The bigger one makes 400 horsepower. And I think it's cool that we're seeing the first Vietnamese car maker in America.
I like that, yeah. I think it's great that Vietnam is like trying to, dip their toe into the American market. My problem, I think, just looking at these cars, they look like they're from like Grand Theft Auto. They don't really have like a very super strong identity.
They're like an amalgamation of a bunch of different cars.
Yes.
There's not a lot of identity yet. I mean, the company was founded 4 years ago, so that's not a lot of time to create an identity.
I'm stoked for them.
I'm stoked to see where it goes.
Yes.
The next cars on the list are actually twins, just like Jeremiah and Zach, except one of them was raised in Detroit and the other was adopted by an Italian family. I'm talking about the all-new Dodge Hornet and the Alfa Romeo Tonale. Nolan, I want you to read the name of that Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo Toenail.
Tonale. T-O-N-A-L-E.
Yeah.
Someone should have flagged that.
Come on, guys.
Someone should have flagged that. Dodge and Alfa are both owned by Stellantis, which I believe is a sharp rock formation from a cave. These are both all-wheel drive crossovers with turbocharged 4-cylinder motors in them. The Hornet makes 268 horsepower, and the Tonale makes slightly more at 272.
I actually do like how the Hornet looks. They have like a GT model, which I think has like some more power. Surprisingly, I think it looks better than the Alfa.
I think they both look pretty good, and it's a gap that they have in their fleet. Yep. Dodge obviously has sedans and big old muscle cars covered. Then they got the Durango, which is the big old 3-row.
We like the Durango.
I love Durango. Surprisingly, they didn't have a small SUV.
I can't believe it's taken me this long to realize that.
Apparently it took Dodge that long too. But now they do, and I think it's good looking. And I think with the other cars in Dodge's lineup, this thing in a couple of years might have a really exciting version. Full stoke. Gonna give a bunch of Canadians jobs. And this next car has one of the most prestigious names out there. We've never gotten one in the States, but in Japan, it is a big deal. Bigger than Michael J. Fox, bigger than Bradley Pitt. I am talking about the prestigious Toyota Crown. The original Crown came out in 1955, the year I was born. It's gone through 16 generations, and it looks like this. Yuck. I don't love it.
Me neither, James.
It's got shin guards.
I'm really struggling to see what Toyota is planning with this thing.
Remember, these guys make Lexuses. They know how to make good-looking luxury cars. You know what I mean? Just don't make this. And it comes with a 4-cylinder motor that makes 340 horsepower.
That's a lot.
I'm not stoked about this.
Not stoked.
So everyone at Donut has driven the 2023 Civic Type R, and we love it. And new for this year is the INTEGRA Type S. The INTEGRA has always been an upscaled Civic. This one comes with the same engine and manual transmission as the Civic Type R, with the addition of a little thing that I like to call luxury. I'm talking a nicer interior, a better sound system, more refined, mature styling. It doesn't have any sort of big spoiler. Nothing really tells you that it's faster, but it does have a fat diffuser and the 3-tip center exit exhaust that the Type R has. Call it anything else, and it would be great.
It is Type S versus Type R. If this was an INTEGRA Type R, I would agree with you, but I think since it gets away with being an S, I like it. Like say you're 15 years older than us and you don't want to be in a Civic Type R.
I get what you're saying, okay? This is the more mature option to a Civic Type R. I think that's a great business move. I think that an INTEGRA needs to be offered as a coupe.
Sure.
Or it's disappointing.
Sure.
And it disappoints me that no one at ACURA flagged that. But I digress, I'm stoked. Let's take a trip to Truck Town, shall we? One of the biggest deals coming out this year is from a little automaker that I like to call Chevy. Everyone else likes to call Chevy. I am, of course, talking about the new Silverado EV. Now, this big old, slick old, electric old hog is a direct competitor to Ford's Lightning EV truck, priced similarly, starting at $42,000. But the top trim RST model is over $100,000. What can you add to a car that more than doubles the price? It's got a 400-mile range. You tow 10,000 pounds with it, which is a lot. And it makes 664 electric horsepower when it's in wide open watts mode. Wow. I don't hate how it looks. The fastback is weird. It looks like a compact SUV that they backed into a truck bed.
That's so bizarre. You're totally right.
It's a car within a car.
What I like about the Rivian and the F-150 Lightning is that they look like the trucks. You don't have a second look at it like, is that an EV? This one's like, hey, I'm electric.
I think that the Rivian looks very electric.
But just the side profile of this is like so out there. My stoke meter's somewhere in the middle.
I'm stoked. Another hugely anticipated truck is the Ford Ranger Raptor. Ranger has been around for a few years now, but never with the Raptor option. This is the first Raptor that we're getting in the States, at least. As you might expect, it's a downsized version of the F-150 base Raptor, or basically a truck version of the Bronco Raptor. I like these. I think this thing is cool as hell. This thing has a turbo V6. It makes 400 horsepower.
Oh my God.
It's got locking front and rear diffs. 33-inch tires standard. Got long travel suspension, so you can jump off a loading dock.
Sick.
I love this thing. I love it so much.
Yeah, I think it looks
Of all
great.
the cars that we've covered so far, I think I want this one the most.
I might be with you on that. That's cool.
The F-150 Raptor is a big
Too big.
honker
Very
of a
big.
car.
Gotta
So
have a
if you-
driveway.
if
Gotta have a
you-
garage.
If you live in a city,
Yeah.
it's really kind of nerve-wracking to drive around because an F-150 is a big truck, and then you add about 19 inches of fender flare
Yep.
on the side of it, and
Yep.
you can run over stuff with it pretty easily. This is a smaller version. This is a Raptor for us city boys.
I
This
like
is
it,
the
yeah.
first time on this list that I'm like, maybe I could sell all my cars and buy
Yeah,
one of these.
I know. My little ears perked up when
My little ears perked up too, my little tail's wagging. But I want one. They're so
Yeah,
sick. I would
sick.
rip the heck out of those. This next car, you've expressed interest in wanting. We're talking about the Hyundai Ioniq 5N.
Woo.
The Ioniq 5 is Hyundai's funky 80s inspired electric car, and people either love it or they hate it. The N is, of course, Hyundai's performance division. This car will make somewhere around 600 horsepower.
Dude, 600 horsepower?
Dude, 600 horsepower, dude!
Come on, dude.
Way faster, that's their words, than the other one. It also has something called virtual grin shifting,
Oh.
which simulates gear changes from a
forgot
gas
about
car
that.
with a dual clutch transmission.
That's.
What are you guys doing?
I think this thing looks sick.
This is the most Blade Runner looking car that's ever come
awesome.
out. I would daily drive this.
I would virtually grin shift every day on my way. I'm super stoked for this. Yeah.
I'm super stoked about this. Keep making stuff like this. We've saved the best for last. These are the most insane, outrageous cars coming out this year. Let's start off with a car that will actually be at dealerships. You can actually buy it if you have $200,000. Probably way more, because I'm sure the markup's gonna be insane. I'm talking about the Porsche 911 Dakar. There's a bajillion Dakar-inspired off-road 911 builds, and they were like, you know what? Hold my Hefeweizen. We'll make one ourselves. Porsche had a lot of success racing in the Dakar rallies in the 70s and 80s, and this year they decided to make a rally-inspired lifted off-road 911 to commemorate that. Sick! It's a freaking off-road Porsche from the factory. Comes with 473 horsepower from a flat 6 motor. Puts that down to all 4 wheels. It's got a roof rack. It's lifted. It's got off-road wheels.
Cool.
Knobby tires. It's got parts from a GT3. You can raise and lower the suspension at speeds up to 105 miles an hour. I think some guys are gonna get these and rip the crap out of them. I think it's cool. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Make more stuff. Next up, we got a huge one. Some people have been dreading this car for years, but others have been not dreading it. Talking about the Ferrari Puro Sangue, AKA the Rari truck. Pure Blood, not a great name. Sounds like a really bad Harry Potter reference.
Yeah.
Think my name's funny, do you?
They're making an SUV. It's a great business model. You sell a bunch of these, it funds your really cool stuff. I think it's awesome.
You do?
Yeah. It's got a 6.5 liter V12. It makes 715 horsepower. It looks like a Ferrari. It's got suicide doors
That's cool.
in the back.
I like
So
that.
it looks like a coupe. It only costs $400,000.
Only that much?
Only 400 grand, dude.
Whoa.
Base.
Okay, now I'm back on board. I'm stoked that they're gonna be making more money. so they can make more cool cars.
Yeah, man, I've been wanting Ferrari to make more money for a while now.
Yeah, I've been really.
It's about time.
They're really an underdog company.
So I am beyond stoked for this thing. We have one more car left, easily the most extreme and definitely the most expensive new model. I'm talking about the Pagani Utopia. Oh, it's cream with the jelly on the inside. This thing is certifiably bat crap crazy. This is Pagani's third car, the successor to the legendary Huayra, which I have driven. I stepped it out in third and I saw generations of my family going into debt. This thing's got a 6-liter twin turbo V12 made by AMG. This new engine makes 852 horsepower. That's 62 more than the Huayra, and the entire car only weighs 2,000 pounds because it's made out of carbo titanium. I don't even know what that is. Unfortunately, they're only making 99 of them. And every single one of them is already taken, but guess what? 2 of them are for us. Oh, happy birthday, buddy. Happy New Year. It's only $2.9 million. This thing is it's next level. I mean, we might as well be looking at like an F-35 fighter jet.
Yeah.
Cars are awesome. Talking about them with your friends is fun. Go hit up your friend, talk about cars. Feeling a little bit brave, go work on a car. Pick up a camera, make a video. Go to dunhammedia.com, get yourself some hats or some shirts. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. We put out videos all the time. Thanks for watching. This was fun.